everyone, welcome to In Tune with Habibah. This video is to introduce you to myself and to my garden. My name is Habibah, I live in Accra and I'm practicing container gardening. Mostly container gardening, but I have just one bed. You might ask, why container gardening? Well, for me, container gardening is very easy because one, I have control over weeds. In fact, I think I have practically no weed. And even if I do find one or two, it's very easy to just pick them out. Unlike doing them in the beds or in my space here. And my space here has a lot of weeds actually, so I don't think it's something I would like to experience with my vegetable garden. So that's one. And then two, I have control over temperature, moisture and sunlight, because I can move them about. When I see it's not doing right here, I can move it to this side. If it's not doing well here, because I have a couple of trees around, so I can just move things about. Three, with container gardening, it's easy to control pests and diseases. So I think that's basically about it. And these are my few reasons why I love container gardening. But there are a couple of things more. We will get into it some other time. So today I'm going to take you around and give you a tour of my garden and what I have planted so far. We will start off with my nursery, then move to the garden behind me. Now the size of my garden is just 39 by 28 feet, and I'm trying to be self-sufficient here. I don't plant too much of one particular thing. Rather, I plant a little bit of everything so that I can have a wide variety. So let's go take a tour and then see what we've got. Here I have my nursery and I've got a couple of things going on here. This is my star fruit, some passion fruits with some lettuce sprouting, curled leaf parsley. I've lost two of them and I've got one going. Thyme, as you can see, I've lost one and this isn't looking too great. I need to keep an eye on it before I lose that one too. I had some green Malabar spinach seedlings here. They were not doing too great, so I had to pull them out. And here I have cinnamon basil. It hasn't sprouted yet. At the back here is some kind of water lily, but it's doing great in soil, but not too great because the cup is too small, and as you can see, it has a lot of leaves in there since it's in the loose soil. So it's doing well, but I need to move it out of that cup and put it in a bigger something. In here I have some pepper. In fact, this is a pepper plant. I can't tell which one it is because I didn't label it, so I'll have to wait till it's old, give me some fruit, then I'll be able to tell what it is exactly. I've nursed some peppers here. This is a miniature greenhouse. I've got shamsi, I've got habanero, and then sweet pepper. Here I have a cinnamon basil. I just kept it so I could collect some seeds of it. Down here we have Swiss chard, some leftover beets after transplanting. This is what I've got left, and I think I've got a couple more down here. Here we have cauliflower, and as you can see, some of them have started to develop their true leaves already. Here I have basil. They've also started to develop their true leaves. And here we have parsley, and I have three tiny shoots of parsley. Yay! Here I have peppers. This is sweet pepper, habanero, cayenne, and cayenne. Down here I've got pomegranate. They are not out yet. Some leeks, they are also not out. Some more leftover beetroots, seedlings, and eggplants. Most of them have developed their true leaves, I think one each. So until they have minimum of 2 and they are strong and steady, they do not go out into the garden. Let's see what we've got down here. I have some more miniature greenhouses. I'm trying to grow some peppers in here too. This has nothing in here. Here I've got 3 cayenne. Oh, they're so cute. Look at those cute sprouts. And shamsi pepper, I've got just 1 tiny sprout. In here we have leek. I think that's just 1 leek. I don't know if it's a weed or it's a leek, but we'll find out. Here, sweet pepper. There's another something there. I believe it's a weed. And in these cups, I've got my blue tea going. So far, only 1 is out. Waiting for the rest. So basically, this is my greenhouse and what I've got going for now. Let's move to the garden and see what we've got there too. These are my cucumbers. There are 6 of them, and if you look closely enough, you can see I've got some flowers going on there. I've got a couple more here. This is 1, and that's a female plant. A female flower. The females have the cucumbers right beneath them, and the males have nothing. Let's see. Yeah, we've got a couple of male flowers here. So if you look at the bottom of the flower, it doesn't have any cucumbers. So these are the male plants, the male flowers, sorry. And let's see. Yeah, we've got a couple more going on here. More flowers. There are a lot of them. But the problem I have here right now is I do not have enough pollinators. So I would have to do the pollination myself. If not, I won't get any cucumbers. So what happens is so if it's not pollinated, the cucumber will just turn yellow, turn brown, and then fall off, and that's it. So that will keep happening till some of them are pollinated. For this reason, the pollination I would have to do by hand or by myself, so I can be able to harvest some cucumbers. Let's take a look at my peppers. Here I had 7 of them going, but because I transplanted them into these sacks, I've lost about 3 of them, maybe, no, 4. So after transplanting, I realized that they had transplant shock. So what I did was I pruned them completely and left just the stalk, an empty stalk. So this stalk developed new leaves, and it's looking very healthy and great. This one too is doing fine. This is also doing fine. As you can see, it has some leaf shoots, but the 3 at the back I'm not too sure of. I might lose them. Well, I'll leave them in for a couple of days or weeks more and then see what happens. At the back here, I had tomato plants going, but they were not doing too great. They looked very sick, and the flowers kept dropping. I thought the best thing to do was to just pull them out. Here is my clover or African basil. It's looking really healthy and great. I can't wait to harvest some more seeds from the flowers. Down here I have my star fruits plants. They have branched out nicely. Soon they'll develop a very strong stem, and they'll be steady. Down here we've got Copenhagen market cabbage. They are sprouting out nicely, as you can see. Then up here in the grill, I've nursed some sunflower seeds. These are sunflower seeds I harvested about 3 years ago, so I'm not sure if they'll make it, but well, fingers crossed. We shall see. Down here I have my beetroot going. I have a lot of frogs around, and most of the time they just destroy my seedlings. So that's why I often have backup. What gets destroyed, I replace. So it's always good to sow more than you need, so that in case you have any emergencies, you can replace what you've lost. So these are my beetroot seedlings, doing great. The frogs have destroyed 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I've still got a few more going. And it's not a problem because I can always replace them. This side is empty. I've prepped it for the leeks that haven't germinated yet, so I'm still waiting. Here I have my Aries onions. They're looking so great already, but I have to thin them out so they can grow nicely. And here is my Amazonia carrots. These are coming up nicely, and then I have some shoots also. So these are my Amazonia carrots. Then we move on to my lettuce. This is where I nursed my lettuce, and then when they came up, I transplanted some of them, and this is what I've got left. What I'm going to do this evening is I'll pick out a few of them for dinner, or most of them for dinner, and then leave a few to mature fully. Here I have my ginger plant, and I think it's time to harvest because I've had them going since October last year, and this is we are in April 2021, so I think it's time. In these buckets I have Chinese hybrid cabbage. I nursed them. I did direct sowing, and I've got some coming up already, so we'll wait and then see what happens with the rest. Down here I have some lettuce, hidden lettuce going on. I'll thin them out also when they are about 2 inches or 3 inches, and then use them for dinner as well. Then we move on to okra and garlic. Here I've got some lettuce going on. I transplanted them yesterday, so they're not looking too great yet. That's in the cups, but in the white containers are my Swiss chard. They're coming up nicely. So these are my Swiss chard all the way there. Then in the bed I've got cauliflower. Like I said earlier, I have a lot of frogs around, and I'm sure if we should go underneath these mulch of leaves, we're going to find a lot of them. So what they do is they just most of the time destroy my seedlings, and I have to start all over again. But fortunately for me, I learned to sow more seeds than I need, so I can always replace what has been destroyed. On this side, I'm trying to compost some leaves since I have a lot of these leaves around. So we'll see how it turns out. Then we move on to these containers right under the tree. These are garlic, and I've nursed guava in here, but I have lettuce. The guavas have not showed up yet. This is onion I planted from kitchen scrap. Down here I have my green Malabar spinach. They're doing pretty great. Here I've nursed let's see. Okay, I think this is the guava, and that one, yes, it's zucchini. Yeah, here is zucchini, and then here is guava. But of course, lettuce always takes over first before whatever I have nursed starts to sprout out. Over there I nursed pomegranate, and I've got some already, also with some lettuce. I seem to have lettuce everywhere. I think it was as a result of making my lettuce plants go to seed. So since they are very tiny, the wind scatters some of them around. So that's how come I have lettuce almost everywhere. In this bucket I have some cucumbers going on. I moved this bucket from a very sunny place to this partial shaded place, and I think this is not happy with that move. However, I'll just pull this out and then leave that one, and that should be enough, because I've got some more watermelons going on. Let's take a look at them and come back. So these are some more watermelons. That's one, that's three, and I've got a couple more in the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so in fact 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so let's go back. In this bucket I'm propagating 2 species of hibiscus plants, and so far so good. I was just about losing 2 of those, and then I decided to propagate it so that I'll still have it, because I love the flowers. They're very pretty. And so this is one species, this is another species. They're rooting out nicely. In fact, they have rooted out nicely. See? And some of them have a couple of flowers already. These are 2 yet to open, perhaps tomorrow and tomorrow next. This opened up yesterday, so I think it's almost ready to fall. So these two, I've got a new hibiscus plant from cuttings. I have my mint plants going on here, looking lush and healthy. These are my spring onions. These are my spring onion seedlings. And here I have my red Malabar spinach, gifted to me by my sweet auntie Amina. Okay, so she gave me some cuttings. I took out all the leaves and just poked them into the soil, and so far so great. See, look at those beautiful leaves shooting out already. So I'm gonna have a great Malabar spinach plant, and hopefully I'll be able to harvest some seeds to get more from this plant. So that's it for here. My food wall. Let's take a look at my food wall. That is my food wall, and I'm growing lettuce. So let's take a closer look at it. See, my lettuce are doing pretty great on my food wall. Just look at that. So these are my Eden lettuce. They are pretty great and beautiful. So this brings us to the end of my garden tour. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye.